Now, in today's video lectures, we'll be discuss about some more 7 quality control tools. In the previous lecture, we have already discussed about the Pareto diagram and process flow diagram. Next one is cause and effect diagram and check sheet. But today, in today's lecture, we'll discuss about check sheet. Okay. So what is a check sheet? A check sheet, this is a third tool. Okay, so a check sheet is a structured, prepared form for collecting and analyzing data. Okay, so this is nothing but only sheet in which anyone can collect the data and record the data in the sheet. If you want to collect any data, okay, so that collected data can be recorded in a sheet that is known as check sheet. So check sheet is a structured, prepared form for collecting and analyzing data. This is a generic data collections and analysis tool that can be adapted for a wide variety of purpose and is considered one of the 7 basic quality control tools. Now, what are the purpose of this check sheet? So main purpose of check sheet in early days is to ensure that the data was collected carefully and accurately by concerned person. Okay, so in the previous days, it is considered or useful for the data collected carefully, and as well as it can be carefully recorded in the sheet, that is a check sheet. So data is to be collected in such a manner that it can be quickly and easily used and analyzed. Okay, so once the data is collected so and recorded on the sheet, so the purpose of the check sheet is due to these data collections, you can quickly and easily use that particular data from one sheet. That is nothing but a check sheet. And the form of check sheet is individualized for each situations and it's designed by the project team. Okay, so you can modify this check sheet according to your purpose of use. Okay, so that's why it is known as individualized. Okay, so you can use that sheet individually as per your use, as per your process. Now, most important thing, when to use this check sheet. At which situation you can use this sheet. So a check sheet can be used as follows. When the data can be observed and collected repeatedly by the same person or at the same location. Okay, so this is a one situation. At that time you can use this check sheet. Second is when collecting data on the frequency or pattern of events, problems, defects, defect location, defect cause, or similar issues. So if you want to record this type of criteria, just a minute. Yes, if you want to record or collecting the data like a problem, some defects, some defect location, defect cause, or similar issue, at that time you can collect the data on, from some locations and record that data in the check sheet. And third number is when collecting data from production process. At that time you can use this sheet. So in these 3 different situations you can use the check sheet. Now, the procedure of check sheet. So, step number 1, decide what event or problem will be observed. Okay, so first of all, you have to decide which type of event or problems you want to observe. Once the decision will be taken, then according to that event or problem, you can draw a, or you can just put your that criteria or problem into the check sheet. So this is step number 1. Decide what event or problem will be observed. Okay, and according to that event or problem, you can put the data on the check sheet. Second step is decide when data will be collected and for how long. This is most important thing in check sheet. You must have to decide when the data will be collected, at the time at which you have to collect the data, and for how much, how long it's time. Okay, or for how much time it is collected, for 1 hour, 2 hour, or for one day, likewise. Step number three, design the form. Okay, so according to the event or problem, according to the time, you can just design the form. Okay, that's why I told you it is an individualized sheet. So you can edit it, modify it according to your use. Uh, Design the form, then set it up so that data can be recorded simply by making check marks. Okay, or X or similar symbols. You can use any of the symbol, and so that data do not have to be recopied for analysis. Okay, so during data collections, you just put any marks on the check sheet, standardized marks, standardized symbols, or you can use any of the marks so that the data cannot be copied or recopied in the check sheet. Then label all the spaces on the form. On the check sheet, on the top of the sheet, there are the different spaces available. Suppose for the product name, process name, or date, person who collected the data, likewise. So all these spaces should be labeled. Step number 5, test the check sheet for a short trial period to be sure it collects the appropriate data and it is easy to use. Okay, so you must have to check it for your trial purpose, and then you can just modify it if there is some error are there. Okay, otherwise you can directly prepare this sheet and use it to collect and record the data. And step number 6, that is, each time the targeted event or problem occurs, record data on the check sheet. Okay, so these are some procedure to create a check sheet. Okay, now see in this figure. Okay, this is the check sheet performer or form. So as I told you, on the top of the check sheet, there are some spaces are available. So here, name of the operator who collect and record the data. Then locations, you can also mark the location at this department it is collected. Suppose from the production department, the data is collected. So write down here production department. Also, you can mention the date and section also, section number 1, 2, 3, and so on. As well as you can also write down the time on this sheet. During this time, the data is collected. And which type of data you can just collected and recorded. Suppose here defect type. So write down some defect frequently observed in your production department. So write down that particular defects in this first column, and in the horizontal row here number of occurrence, means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so in these 5 working days, suppose Monday is there. So on Monday, during a day, or during what you decided, whatever the time is decided for this collection of the data. So during that time, number of times, suppose 2 times bottle broken defects observed. So just mark it. Suppose here straight line is marked, so 2 times it is observed. Suppose same defects can be observed in a Friday 3 times. So write down here 2, and in Friday 3 times. Suppose damage while packaging. So Monday it is observed 2 times, Wednesday 2 times, Friday 2 times. Okay, so overall on that particular week 6 times it is observed this defect. Okay, missing label observed 6 times, Monday 3 times, Wednesday 2 times, and Friday 1 time. So total 6 times. As well as you can just observe total defects 8. On Monday, 8 defects are observed. Okay. Tuesday, 5 defects are observed. Wednesday, 7. Likewise. So you can analyze any data from this particular sheet for particular period, for particular date also. So check sheet is a sheet in which you can collect the data as well as record the data so that you can easily and quickly observe such things happen in your department. Okay, this is the another check sheet. Check sheet for daily rejection monitoring. Here also, and top portion, you have to mention the part name, part number, model number. Okay, so you can label it as much as possible into the top portions. You can also the name of the mention name of the operator, date, time, location. Okay, and here defects. So blowholes or blowhole, it is a defect in casting, non-filling, catching, carbon, and crack. So these are certain defects happen in casting processes. Okay, so here you have to just mention the defect, and on these horizontal row here date-wise rejections. So date number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so and so on. So you can put the date, you can put the days. Okay, likewise, and here the total. So blowholes 79 times it is observed in the first 7 days. Then crack will be observed 63 times, as well as on the first date 49 defects are observed. On the sixth date 36 defects are observed. Likewise, from this check sheet, quickly and easily you can analyze the data. Okay, now benefit of check sheet. It helps to analyze the data for corrective and preventive action. It helps in making the bar graph, histogram, and Pareto chart. Here, we have already discussed the Pareto diagram or Pareto chart. So from this type of data collected in the check sheet, that data can be utilized to prepare a Pareto chart, Pareto diagram, histogram, or bar graph. It helps to take decision at a glance to control the product and process related to non-conformance. Okay, means defect, different types of defects or any of the defect can be just recorded in this sheet. It helps to detect how often the problem occurs, most important, and finally it facilitates systematic record keeping or data collections, and this data collection sheet can be used as a document purpose, and you can file it, and you can also use for the training purpose also when the new joinings are there. And here some references I have used to make these presentations: qualityamerica.com and ASQ. Okay, if you have any doubt, then please tell me.